Hi my YouTube family, this is Melody from Home Garden and Fashion. Please welcome to Home Garden and Fashion. First of all, I would like to thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Please do go to my Facebook fan page and give me a like there. In today's video, I would like to talk about a stitch called Canadian smoking. And the reason I'm doing this stitch because I'm going to do a purse and I would put this design on the purse. So I think it's better if I show you the stitch, otherwise you wouldn't understand the purse how it's done. So I have done a little bit. Now you can do this two ways. You can do it from the inside, and if you do it the inside you have to erase all this chalk mark. I had to draw the line. So this fabric I took for a purpose of making something. So this is length is about 46 inch and width is about 18 inch. Now in order to do the Canadian smoking, the design, there are many different kinds of grids, so you have to make the grid first. So what I did is you always have to leave about 2 inches this side, about 2-3 inches on the top and 2-3 inches in the bottom. So you have to leave top and the bottom and the side the exact same amount of fabric. And when you doing the lines, you draw the line on each 2 inches. So here 2 inches you will draw line, 2 inches you will draw line. So suppose you have 6 or 7 lines, then top and bottom you join, and then first you go this way, then you go this way, so you make a rectangular shape. And then you have to leave one and put a cross, another one, leave one and put a cross, another one. So that's how you put cross on all of them, and then after that you're going to stitch them. So I'm going to show you the stitch. So you see this one, this all done, and this one I'll show you, this has a cross. So what you do is from the cross, let me do it dark so you can see. See, this is a cross, an X. So this is the cross. Now from the cross, this is your number one. Let me do it and then I'll show it to you. Number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. So you see, this is the numbers. Number 1, number 2, you're going crisscross. Number 2 to coming number 3, number 3 to number 4. So initially it's very easy if you number them, and then use a chalk and then take a wet piece of cloth and wipe it out. So let me show you this one. From number 1, you take your needle and thread, you put a knot at the bottom and you go like this, okay? Don't put too many knots because you're going to be pulling at the end and you want all the this thread to come together. And then over here, number 2, you put 1, and then make sure when you pull like this the whole thing should come. And number 3 over here, you put 1, and then you come to number 4 like this. Now when you come to number 4, then you pull. So when you pull, this fabric gathers. So when it gathers like this, you need to fix it a little bit. So you have to make sure all the corners have gathered. once you make sure of that all the corners have gathered, then you hold this center over here and stitch this one, just the center. Now you can draw it with ink inside, or you can draw it with the chalk. I prefer the chalk because it works better. So you see how it gathered here, and then it creates a puff here. So this is Canadian smoke, and I'm going to be doing this one in my purse. So this I will continue like this. Let me show you another one so you will understand. And I have created this purse with the Canadian smoke. So you see a lot of puff on this side and a lot of puff in this side, and this purse feels so soft and puffy with the, and then after I finish using the Canadian smoke stitch, I'll show you how I did the rest of it is in the purse video. I'll make a video on this. And I have added these sequins. So this is a nice clutch. I had one button, so I added one button. I need to add 2 more. So I will do the whole video on this, but the whole purpose of it is to show you the Canadian smoke. Otherwise, when I do this purse video, you will not understand how this fabric became like this. So that's the Canadian smoke, and let me do a couple of more to show you. So I'm going to do one more to show you. So we'll do the same thing what we did previously. Initially you will draw an X. Remember, every other rectangular box we draw it, we leave one in the middle, okay? And then you number it 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then you take your needle and thread, put a knot at the bottom and start from 1, and don't go from the bottom, come from the top, because other side is your front and you don't want a knot on the other side showing. So from 1 to you come to the 2, and then 2 till you come to 3, and then 3 till you come to 4. Now while pulling, as I mentioned, you make sure all the threads are coming. So now you see all the threads are coming, and then straighten out a little bit, and then in this joint you stitch. So initially you need a little bit practice. Do about 10 or 8 or 10 of them, then you see it's easy. So you can, here you can do 2-3 times, because once this one opens up, then your flower is gone. Now after you done like this, you put all this chalk mark. What you do is you take a wet towel, and then just the one you haven't done, leave it alone. You don't want to erase them, then you wouldn't know what you're doing. So the ones you have done, you just clean it up with your wet towel. So this is chalk, it will go away. So but be gentle, don't remove the stitches like that. And anything you're making with this Canadian smoking, make sure that you take more than double the fabric, because you see when the fabric is gathering, it's taking away all the fabric inside. So if you just measure it and you want to give this design, then your fabric will become tiny little. So you see now, as you clean, and then all the chalk marks go away, use a wet cloth, and if it gets wet, it's okay, you dry it, let it hang dry. But as long as you get all the chalk mark. So when we did this, in this joint, you can put a pearl or bead, anything. And now you can do a purse or anything, pillowcase or anything from this side, or you can do other side, but I'm doing this other side. And I also put this trim on the top and bottom. So for the top and bottom, anything you put, you leave 2-3 inches away, because this here the fabric is going to gather. So this giving different designs depending on how you wrapping it. So I have one more over here, and I will just let you finish up on that one. Just put a nice cross and then just number it. It starts from here, 1 2 3 4. So just follow exactly the way you number. Go to 1 from 2 to 3, then come 4, and then gently pull, gather them all together, and then in the middle give a stitch. And if you want to put a pearl, this is your right side, then you can put a pearl, and this is your wrong side, then you put your pearl or sequence, whatever you want to put in this side where the fabric gathered. So it's up to you. Either way, there's a stitch on both the side. This is a design for Canadian smoking on both the side, you can use it. Thank you so much for joining me. This is Melody from Home Garden and Fashion. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and share. And I will be seeing you with the purse video, since the purse has Canadian smoking, the design. That's why I felt like I had to do this video before I show you the purse. Thank you. Bye bye. Have a great day. And I will be coming up with all the video requests I have one by one. One of my subscriber requested me to do a sari video where joining 2 different colors. So I have one color, I will be getting another color fabric, and I'll show the join. But just to before I do that, see, we had a question how much fabric. The fabric will be for the sari 6 yards, and you want your 4 yards of one color fabric and 2 yards for the pallu. If you get 1 yard for the pallu, it will be very small pallu, so it's safe to do 2 yards for pallu. And also you want the pallu to start from your pleat, the last pleat, so that your join will not be visible, and then you can put whatever design you want on the pallu. So I will be gathering the fabric soon, as soon as I see them on sale, and I'll be making a sari with 2 different colors design. The new design came up now, 2 different colors sari. Thank you. Bye bye. Have a great day.